Well, today we are really grateful to have you in this journey of learning how to become a web developer. We want to do very basic things today, and just to let you know how to build your first web page. And this web page is simply an introduction to HTML. So we want to use HTML to make our first page, a very basic page for you. So this is how you're going to do it. HTML code will always start with HTML, followed by the header section, the head. And this head is where you will be able to define your CSS. It's where you'll be able to define your title of this particular page. Maybe this is, you can say, first page. We're gonna say title. So these are what we call tags. An opening tag looks like this one here, and a closing tag would look like this one here. So these are a closing tag for the head, for the title. I would want to close that head here like this. Then I would need to introduce now the body of this HTML. HTML has got a structure, and this is it. So I have the body, and inside that body I'm going to define some few things. So let me just close it here. Then I would want to also close the HTML down here. This is the closing tag of the HTML, like that. So basically I just have a structure of what I can be able to show you on a web browser. So with this I would want to maybe do some something using header. So I want to have a header h1 like that, and I say welcome to my website. Welcome to my website. So I would want to close this h1 here. This is the first header, just to probably give you an overview of how headers would decline with time. So like if I have another h2, as you continue increasing the size, the number from h1 to h6, that is the list, the size of the text shrinks. This is, let's say, this is a stunning website, and we close that h2. So we want to see this text on a browser. This is of course for educational purpose. We want to see this text on a browser, so we need to save this, and we save it with an extension of .html. So save as, then we will choose the location. I would want to use this one here where I am right now, the current location. I want to save it there, and for it to make more sense so that the browser would recognize this file, I'll need to save it with the extension of all files, that is save as type all files. So I'm going to say home, then I would say .html. Remember, HTML stands for hypertext markup language, which allows users to be able to share documents via the internet. So let me see whether I am able to retrieve this web page and show it to you. Here it is. I can go to the file location, and you would find it here. So when I click on it like this, you can see this is my first website, and this is how it looks like. This is h1 and this is h2. You can see the sizes are different. h2 is smaller than h1. Up here, this is the tab title that was defined here. Here, this is what you will see on the tab title. So I have simply done an introduction to HTML and how you will be able to structure your website. But I want to add some few elements here. I would want to change maybe my background color for the body and many other things. But before I do that, let me put here a horizontal rule. That is to define a line that will run horizontally below this H1 on my browser. So I'll need to come back here, press F5, or just refresh by pressing here, and you see I have this particular horizontal here. I want to center my text. I can still use the center tag like this, center. I'm using the English that this HTML, or rather the browser understands here, is not your English. This is not HTML but rather center. It does not understand the other English, which is I think US. We are using US rather than Britain. So this is it. And you realize that the tags are like, this is the last one to be opened here. It is the first to be closed. So the first to be opened, this is the last to be closed. So that is to say, first in will be the last out. So if I save this work and then I come back here and refresh, now you see my text is at the central point. Yes. So we just want to do a paragraph, and below this we do away with this. We have a paragraph with P, just as that, and probably I'm going just to describe that HTML stands for hyper text markup language, which is used. Okay, let me break. Even if I break at this point, that is not going to be much. It will not make a lot of difference. Why? The browser will treat that, as long as there is no other paragraph in between, it will treat that as a single line. I don't have to type a very long one. I want just to have my code in a manner that I can be able to maintain. So, which is used to share documents via other internet. I can say that it was introduced by Barnes, Ingres Barnes, early 90s. It has grown immensely over time. Today it allows sharing of sophisticated documents such as videos, among many others. So this will be my paragraph here. I'll close that paragraph like that, and then I'll save my work. And after saving my work, I will just come back here and refresh, and you can see that is my paragraph. It is as long as you can see it. There are many other things that we will want to bring them together so that we build this application or this website to better it. Probably I want to maybe underline from this point to this point. So I'll need to introduce here a tag for underlining, which is that one. To this point, I would want to close it here, underline, like that. Then I'll go back to my browser, and then I'll be able to refresh the work. Now you can see there's a line below this. there's a line below that. I can as well increase the size of my text, and I would want to do it outside here and say I'm purely using HTML alone. Of course, with the time we would bring on board CSS. Font size is equals to maybe 3. I can also change the color, maybe the color, and then I would say it's blue, like that. Then I would want to close it after this because it was the first one to be opened, so I'll just close font like this. Save it, and then when you come around and you refresh, the color has changed but the size has not. Actually should not quote the numbers, so I need to just have it remain like that. Nothing has really changed. Let me put here +3 and see whether that is going to change anything. If it's not, yes, something has changed. So that is how you would want to change the text size in your HTML. I've given you how to define your HTML, the tags that you need to use to have the structure of your website. I've shown you how to underline it. I've shown you how to make a paragraph. I've shown you how to create this horizontal rule. We have also learned something about the headers in this tutorial. Probably would want to bold this one here. Simply come here and then say bold. And maybe we can bold it up to this point and we close that bold. So the color will remain the same, but the bolding would appear at some point, and you can see this is it. It is bold. You could as well italize that. Could bold and italize it. You just come here again and then you italize. That is italics, and then you would close it here like that. You italize it and then save, and then you come back here and then you do that. Then you can see this is italiced. It's bold and it is italiced. Now if I wanted this to start on its own line, then I would need to introduce what I call break BR like this, and that would actually ensure that this is forced to begin on a new line irrespective of where it is typed on the text editor. And yes, here you can see it is starting from here, even if we had not come to the very end of this. So just like that, you've been able to do your first website, that is for learning purpose, not for the purpose of saying that now you have a website that you can host. No, this is for learning purpose, and you begin slowly by slowly, one step at a time, and I'm very sure you will grow and understand more. So perhaps in the next tutorial we would want to look at how do you then work around and bring some other components. But probably let me just show you how to change the body color. So here it says say BG color, and probably we want to use a color that would go well with what we have. So let's say BG color yellow, BG color, not Vala, BG color yellow. Then we try to refresh, and there you have it. Your text has changed. The color of your website has changed. That's the background color. So as I've told you, I would want to introduce you to other elements, like we would want to do a table. We would want we also want to do something like lists. We want to introduce many other components, and of course we would want to bring on the issue of forms later on. So keep following this channel, like it, subscribe as you share with your friends. Thank you for your time.